Hi watchers and welcome to Simone Speaks. Funny enough, I had a lot of weird things happen before I even got to do this video. My mother actually kept knocking on my door and like telling me different things, and automatically like my stomach kind of crunched in, and I got it right away. Um, the reason why I felt like that and the reason why that just happened is because that's kind of how it is for like Blac Chyna. um, Whether it's to benefit her or harm her, it's like people always keep knocking at her door. Whether it's men, whether it's like her mother wanting something from her, like financially, like a new car, like a new house, a new like purse, like people are always waiting for her and like always like knocking at her now. I feel like some people were gonna be like, oh, well, she's not as popular as Kim Kardashian. Well, she doesn't have to be, like in her own little circle, in her own little world. People like rely on her just as much as like people rely on Kim Kardashian. Um, I'm gonna try and move this up more because I really want you guys to be able to hear me. And in the background, I'm gonna play a song called "Heart's a Mess." It's actually from the Great Gatsby soundtrack. If you guys like Leonardo DiCaprio like I do and think he's like a heartthrob, it's from his movie that he did called The Great Gatsby. It's a famous book. It's like been changed into like a movie so many times by different actors over the generations. But Leonardo DiCaprio is like the it guy, and I love that's like one of my favorite films. But anyway, not to get off track. And the song's by Gotye, Gotye, and that's kind of the song I was like pulled towards for some reason before I even like collected myself. So I don't even understand like, and then that's just pretty much like the gist of it. Is that like things are a mess. I can't even really play like it with the words because it's kind of distracting me. So I'm just gonna look up the instrumental. So if you guys can bear with me, if you don't want to see like everything in action, because like I said in my second and first video, I do not edit these videos. When I'm talking about celebrities, when I'm trying to help, give information to help you guys, like I don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like I just do. I just am. So I'm gonna try and get an instrumental because that's a song that I was honestly drawn towards for some reason, and it makes sense because the title's Heart's a Mess. Okay, so I got a lower instrumental, so that can work for me. And if you guys have watched my first and second video of like this little series I've done, you guys already know what you're in for, because once the ball rolls, it doesn't stop. And this soundtrack is like really like distracting, but anyway, I normally don't even like have this on the side, like with my notes. Like I normally never even like bother. I don't even bother, and I think like as like we talk, like I'll definitely go more in depth, and to not, because honestly, like when I did the second video, I had this card as well, and like in the second video, this was all about like Rob, like being the person who just wants attention. Like he did all of that for attention. He didn't care if it was positive or negative. Obviously, he regrets it now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Before I even turn on the camera, to see if I'm right, I actually researched. I actually searched his name, and I didn't read the article. All I saw was it said, I think CNN 43 minutes ago, Rob Kardashian devastated that, the restraining order was granted to him. So if you watch a second video, you'll know what I'm talking about. And so to not think that I'm bugging, I said, okay, let me just see like my notes underneath. Like, let me just see like what's going on. So besides this, look at this. Okay, and let me tell you what it says. You have to like reach out to others for comfort and love. You will go stronger from the situation. Sadness will heal over time. Okay? So, like, long story short, like, Blac Chyna is vindicated. And for all you people out there that are like, Blac Chyna's a hoe, she was a stripper, she's an exotic dancer, she ain't shit, she ain't this, she ain't that. Well, she's authentic. And I'm not just saying that. Everything's showing that. I'm feeling pretty legit. Listen to your heart. You know, you have to always listen to your heart and take care of others perhaps too much. And, like, I really get the feeling like people around Blac Chyna were like, oh my god, look at how we treated you. Like, look at how he's treating you. How can you let him get away with this? And Blac Chyna's like, I don't really care what Rob does. People on Twitter were like, look at her on Snapchat, look at her getting different weaves. Mom, I told you I'm busy, please. You see again? You see? People in Blac Chyna's life are trying to tie her to, like, Rob. Tie her to drama. Actually. Yeah. And once again, like, hand on the hip, like, she doesn't care. She's like, whatever. Like, let him do that. And discretion, even though, like, Rob, like, may have, like, never had one of these crazy, like, Twitter storms before, the reality is that in the house, the living situation, Rob definitely could have had the same kind of pattern. It's almost the same vibe like Kanye. How, like, sometimes Kanye just, like, lashes out. To be honest with you, like, sometimes like, Kanye just lashes out. And he goes a little bit cuckoo. Now, we're not gonna bring the infamous Kardashian cursed slogan into this, but I don't know. It's up to what you guys think. It's not for me really to say, per se, but it can have some truth to it. It can have some weight to it because it's just so convenient how, like, all the men in the family just never know what the hell to do with themselves. They just never know. I mean, like, they just never know. And I just felt like saying for some of you guys, like, if you are looking for, like, anything for, like, relaxers to, like, have your, like, intuition heighten more, like, you can honestly buy anything. You know, you can buy inspirational books, like, inspirational like, little, like things, you know, like candles like this, or even like plants, like fake plants, like, even though they're not alive, they really bring, like, beauty to, like, the room, you know. Like, actually yesterday night, my own room, I've been doing a lot of rearranging, and it really makes a difference. And honestly, I think I can attribute all the success I've had so far to that. Is that, like, you know, like, when you kind of move things around and keep things pushing forward, you get the best results. And that's, like, in everything in life. You just keep at it and you get lucky. You get blessed. So, and this one I have, like, this candle that I just bought, it's jasmine. There's no particular brand. I bought it in one of those stores where, like, it's like Ross, pretty much. I bought, like, it in a store like Ross. It says Wild Blossom #1 Jasmine, rich with fragrance, and boy is it rich. It's beautiful. And honestly speaking, you don't have to even light candles. Like, me, like, when I'm just chilling in my room, like, whatever, studying, like, sometimes I don't even like light candles. I just have it. And honestly, the aroma, if it's a good enough candle, it will smell within itself. It doesn't really have to like, be lit. It doesn't have to, especially, like, if you're in a tight space, or, like, you're in an apartment block or whatever, or in the city. Like, may not want to mess with that. You know what I'm saying? You may not want to be so daring. But anyway, so I just kind of wanted to recap to what happened with like my mom, like pretty much. Like I told her like I'm working, I'm busy, you know, like I'm trying to like be in tune with people. I'm trying to like, you know, like communicate, be tapped into pop culture, you know, do what I think my assignment is. And like I said before, I think I even made another, I think it took me 3 times to just even start this video. And then like I had like a pit feeling in my stomach, and like what that told me is like that's how Blac Chyna feels. Like people in her life are like knocking at her. I wouldn't even be surprised if Tyga, like one of her baby daddy's exes, like I wouldn't even be surprised if Tyga is like saying to her like, yo, get that money, get that special, and like send me a check after. You know, the burden of it all. The burden of like being a celebrity. You know? Oh, yeah. The burden of like being in the limelight. And it's like everybody wants her to like watch her back and make a career move off of freaking tragedy. And if people haven't noticed, like people like Amber Rose and Blac Chyna have already had enough tragedy in their life. Majority of their marriages crumble. They grew up in the projects. They don't have degrees. They don't have a lot of, you know, like family structure, for lack of a better word. They have enough tragedy. So women like Blac Chyna and Amber Rose, they don't need this. They don't need this. They don't need it. They don't need the confusion. They just want positivity to go their way. They just want to have a positive life. That's all they want. That's all they want. They don't want people up their ass all the time. They really want like happiness. And people like Blac Chyna, Amber Rose, they want the daisies, they want the sunflowers, they want positivity. If anybody wants negativity, it's Rob. And no, I don't know none of them personally. I don't live in LA. I don't live in Atlanta. And I damn sure don't know Kardashians. I don't. But that's what I feel. That's what I think about the whole situation as a whole. And it just makes sense to me. Like, you know, like I said, like you didn't have to see the Good Morning America interview this morning to understand that crap is going down. And like honestly, like as this video progresses, like you guys are gonna see like shit's gonna hit the fan. Like it's gonna, because you know, like sometimes in life, like when you make certain choices for a season, for a day, for an hour, for a moment, it may benefit you. But over time, a situation can be real ugly if you're not careful. Just like for people out there like me and other people who are trying to lose weight, you know, like after a while, if you keep giving yourself this fake excuse about weight loss cookies and weight loss cakes and special weight loss fiber one, I mean, I'm not saying those things are legit, but if you take that for face value, but you still eat the same amount of calories of a fiber one as you would as a Hershey cake from like the mall, you're still going to be in trouble. Like you're still going to have your ass bitten into because you don't know no better. You don't know no better. And you don't want to know better. And that's the situation right now with like Rob and Blac Chyna, is that like they're just doing what's right for the moment. They're not thinking about like the future. They're not thinking about dream. Yeah, no, I mean they're thinking about dream, about like how like they love her, but they're not thinking about like her well-being, you know? They both honestly see Dream right now as just the baby. They don't think about like, they're not thinking about like the long scheme of everything. Okay? They're not caring about what she's seeing and realizing that she's not gonna be a baby forever. She's gonna grow up one day and she's gonna see all this shit. All the seeds of like negativity that Rob has like tried to put around Dream, his daughter, will cripple that family. And honestly hurt him because he doesn't understand that like you can't just do whatever you want to do. Like you can't just talk how you want to talk and not expect any consequences. It doesn't work that way. And like my first two videos, like I said, like in the description, like were not planned. They weren't. And I'm grateful to God for giving me this gift because not only do I now use it to help myself, but I use it to help other people and to help you guys and keep people in the loop, you know? Keep people in the loop. And what I think is so crazy about it, it's literally almost like he's still stuck like in that place. And in the second video I did, like I talked all about Rob. Like the first video was more so about like the Kardashians and stuff, and what did I say? What did I say? You know? Like Blac Chyna's intentions, whether people believe it or not, is in the right place. In fact, this looks like Rob. Looking at her like, haha, you're a joke. And her friends, her mother, God, she has God behind her looking at all the pettiness and seriously. And she's like, no, he'll take care of it for me. I'll deal with you later. Chyna is her intentions were actually pure. And I think to a lot of you guys, you'll be like, what? Like, how is that possible? Like, are you for real? Are you kidding me? Like, she's a hoe, she's a stripper. Well, she may be all those things, but it doesn't mean that she never loved him. And from what I really think, and from what I see, is like, she actually did fall in love. And it wasn't even planned. It was actually like all unexpected. And I know for a lot of us, we're like, even myself included, it's like, how? Like, how? Everything the Kardashians do is structured around like an episode, a TV show, an interview, a product. Well, that's just destiny. That's just life. She actually did not expect to even have a kid. And for all of you guys that actually are paying attention to the story, besides like just yesterday and today, there's been many times, especially even in the Rob and Blac Chyna show that they had for one season, due to Rob not wanting to film. Check that out, that's true fact. He wasn't comfortable on camera, that's what he said. Okay? Not Team Blac Chyna or Team Rob, not. But the evidence is there. And the bottom line is that there was even a couple articles that said that like he actually wanted the baby. Like he wanted to have the baby. You know, and in a way, like it would make total sense because he was depressed, he's still depressed, he's not happy, and he wanted a baby to change that for him. Like he literally wanted guys, like I literally can't even make this up, like I swear. And like this world is upside down. Like, this is not like what Blac Chyna had in mind. Like, she never thought that, like, especially after Tyga, she never thought that she would be in this situation. Never. Never, guys. And, like, she literally just, like, went with the flow. Like, she honestly just wanted to, like, live. The colors are similar. But, like, seriously speaking, like, she did not plan this. And Rob really convinced her to have a baby. Like, he said to her, like, we're gonna have a baby, we're gonna do this, and that's that. That's that. Like, we're gonna do this. Like, we're gonna do this. And there was no thoughts of, like, money involved, because, like, everything turned out bad. Everything. Everything turned out bad. Everything. Was not planned. Was not planned. Like, this is, like, the exact opposite. Like, she did not, like, think ever this was gonna happen to her. But I think that Blac Chyna, whether you guys realize it or not, has always had this kind of, like, system, formula, like, belief that if you do good, good comes back to you. Like, the good you do comes back to you, you know? You know, unexpected inflow of money, repaying a debt. And, like, her mom never had a lot of money. Have you guys seen Blac Chyna's mom? Like, she never had a lot of money. Like, okay. Like, never. Never. And, like, legit, this is, like, her, like, secret, like, this is her secret, I'm telling you. This is Blac Chyna's secret to how she got to where she got to. People look at her and they're like, how did a stripper, how did a dancer, how did somebody with a big ass get all of this? How did she make this happen? How is it possible? It's possible because she believes that if you do good in the world, it'll get good back to you. And if you have patience, you'll reap what you sow. And I think it's so interesting. I love this, actually. I think it's so interesting how this morning in her interview, she literally said that I talked to Rob and Rob did not respect me. He told me, he showed me that he did not respect me. I gave him these news because I trusted him. Whether you guys buy that story or not, she says that she trusted him. And then right after that, she said, okay, I did this because if he's not going to respect me, you have to respect the law, though. So what she's saying is, like, what you put out, you get back. You get back. What you put out is what you get back. That's how the universe works. That's how the life works. That's how it works. That's how it works. And she gets that. And that's why when she's been in these situations in life where she's had to suck up to men and look cute and be a dancer, she's always stayed prosperous. She's always looked for opportunities, not in an opportunist way where it's like you're a gold digger. But she's wise. And she knows that, like, if you seek, you shall find. Okay? So she gets it. She gets it. Like, what you put out is what you get back. And that's actually really powerful because in the same, and I mean, if you look at it the same way, you could almost say as well that, okay, well, if that's really her belief, like if that's one of her like beliefs about life, it's like a law for her, then if she's lying, she knows she'll get bit back. If she's lying, she knows that she'll get bit back in the ass. Like, she knows. Like, she knows if she takes this opportunity in this story and turns it negative, she knows that, like, she will have a lot to bear. And everything she built and everything that she sees for herself will just fly away if she's negative. That's what she knows, and that's very smart because that's the reality. What you put in the universe, what you give to people, will always come back to you. Always. Always. And what I love is that I I just kept like saying to myself like even as I'm talking to you guys, I'm like, yo, like this is crazy. Like, do you see like how she's risen from the ashes? Like pretty much untouched, unharmed. Courageous. But the thing is that even when she was dancing, even when she was, I guess you could say, exhibiting whole behavior, she always had confidence in herself. She always had belief in herself. That's where it comes from, guys. Believing in yourself. I'm telling you. Like, and funny enough, even Kim Kardashian is the same thing. Why do you think that Kim Kardashian was friends with her for so long? Because Kim understands the law of life. I wish I had those other two things I had earlier, but I don't know where it is. But like, that's the bottom line. Like, she understands that like what you put out is what you get back in. But she's strong, and she's not gonna go through all of this without a fight. But a fight that's courageous and fair. And she's very cautious. Like, she knows that people are watching her, and like she knows that people are talking bad about her. Like, Blac Chyna knows that anybody can use anything she says against her. Like, she knows this. Anybody can misuse how she's reacting and doing to any little thing to destroy her family and to once again plaster her with this exhibiting hoe behavior. Yeah, in the past she made money from dancing, from guys, and probably ladies too, and everything else in between, married, single, whatever, college kids, single kids, young kids, old people. Like, that's what she did. She was hustling. She doesn't shy away from that. We all know this. It's not a secret. Come on. But that's not all she is, though. That's not all she is. And like, in a lot of ways, like she always kind of like had a higher purpose in mind. I'm telling you, she's in tune. She is. There's no doubt about that. Because I even was on Twitter and I saw this like picture of her. I swore I saw this picture of her, I think like yesterday night. And on the, not saying this is right, but on the t-shirt it said future baby mama, or rich baby mama, like future like rich future baby mama, or rich, I mean, search it up, I don't know. Like, I think it just said like future baby mama, or future rich baby mama, which means that like you get knocked up by rich dudes. So take that how you want to take it, but that's what I saw yesterday on Twitter. And when I saw that, I was like, yo, you know what? She's on to something. Like, she's on to something. And like every single time there's like a higher purpose, a higher calling. Like, she's always like thinking about, how can I make money? How can I get out of the situation? How can I proceed without looking like a jerk off? And still use like what I had, like my ammunition, my evidence, my text messages, even the show that they did together. Like, you think that Rob would have like entertained her if like he didn't see something in her? I mean, I'm not saying that like I'm not saying that to some extent, like maybe she did use him, but there's no way that like Rob would like put himself in that situation if he didn't fall in love with her too. They both fell in love. They both fell in love. And whether people want to make a joke about it or not, that's the reality. They both loved each other. But this love definitely went wrong. And funny enough, oh my god. Look, again guys. Rob is on my TV. Blac Chyna is on my TV. I can't make this up. I swear I can't make it up, guys. But I've spent countless hours and minutes on this stuff today, so I'm just gonna, show you guys, like, how legit I am and keep it moving. So, and while I did that, oh look, there's Chris. I can show you guys that too. I'll show you Chris because we haven't seen Chris yet on the TV. But look, while we're at it, that's what I'm working with. So, long story short, guys, like, they both fell in love. And their hope of, like, having this plush family with all the perks, all the Kardashian perks, having the pools, having the paparazzi flashing in their eyes, went awry. And this was actually upside down when I got it. All their dreams are poof, gone. Poof, gone. And did Blac Chyna ever think that this was gonna last? Well, I mean, from her actions, I would say no. Like, I definitely get, like, the feeling that she was always, like, saving for a rainy day. Like, always saving for a rainy day. So in case some shit went down, she could say, well, you know what? I have my own money. I'm my own brand. And no one can take that away from me. Yep. So no, she didn't think it was gonna last. That's a fair assessment to make. No, she didn't think it was gonna last, but she did fall in love with Rob. That part's true. That part's true. And that's just really what I think. And like, that's just the bottom line. Like, you feel me? So, like, in the first couple videos I did with about, like, when I talk about Chris and stuff, like Kris Jenner, you know, this is her. This is her life. And what I showed you guys before, like, they're both, like, upside down. Both feeling unstable, both feeling insecure. And guess what? Like, the top other ones that I got on the right-hand side were also upside down. And, like, this definitely is divorce. And this is her, like, walking away from, like, what she thought she was gonna have. Like, she's definitely released, like, everything to do with, like, possibly having a Kris Jenner Kardashian, Angela Kardashian empire. She's over that. And she's definitely walked away. and she's counted her blessings, but it didn't go the way she wanted it to go. It wasn't as fruitful as she thought it was going to be as fruitful. And Kris is going to be the one that's going to miss out on being around her granddaughter, Dream Kardashian, who is the only Kardashian thus far. But overall, like, there's going to be a lot of fine-tooth combing in terms of, like, who gets Dream, who gets to, like, have visitation. Like, there's gonna be a whole bunch of shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's never gonna end. And especially since, like, Kris and Rob gave each other a mile, and, like, Blac Chyna, like, jumped on the chariot with him and, like, took a leap of faith. Like, she really, like, tried to make it work. Like, but everything crumbled. Rob was not willing to give and take in terms of filming for the show, in terms of losing weight to get to look good, to appear in front of cameras. Rob wasn't ready for that. He wasn't. So what happened? Blac Chyna once again by herself. Blac Chyna loves to wear pink. You know what I'm saying? She loves to look like all fruity. That's her thing. Blac Chyna is strong within herself. That's the beauty of Blac Chyna. That's the secret, is that she knows that, like, she got it. Like, even though she doesn't have, like, a stable, like father, like, man in her life, for her kids, for herself, for, like, as a husband, like, she knows that she can find love eventually. And like, but all of this is very difficult for her to hear, because it's almost like everything around her is telling her to be, like, a bitter person. Like, Rob left her in the cold. Like, and yes, he did betray her. In her opinion, like, she really feels like Rob left her out in the cold. Like, no doubt about it. She's trying to be positive about it, but he definitely left her. For sure. There wasn't no Ryan Seacrest setup. There wasn't no BS about spin-off show. That's never coming back. Rob and Blac Chyna are never gonna go back together on TV. Never. And that's honestly why I think that in the end, Rob is always, not Rob, but Blac Chyna, Angela White, is always going to win. Because she's sounding off trumpets of truth. Look at how much time she's been in the media just from yesterday. What this story feels like it's been on for weeks. It just released yesterday, guys. And she's diligent. Like, every single text message, every single photograph, every single phone call that he called her for about, she has recorded. She has lodged in her brain. To others, she may not look like she has all the classifying tools and articulate words to go on TV, because a lot of people were on Twitter and like, how does she make it to Good Morning America? Like, what's going on? Well, what's going on is that she got the facts, she got the proof in the pudding. That's what's going on. And she's mad about it, and she's not going to give up until she gets justice. 1 second. Yes, I'm talking. I'm on Periscope. I can't talk right now. Yes, eventually, Mom. I can't talk right now. I'll be there soon. My mom is calling me to watch The Bachelorette, so I'm just gonna make sure this is recorded. I'm not gonna stop the video, but I'm gonna make sure that it's recorded. Oh yeah, it's recorded. Woo woo. So anyway, I'm trying to think of like what else I want to find out. But ultimately, this is what Blac Chyna wants. She wants a romantic partner that she can trust, that has excellent advice from the heart, and that can help her in her creative endeavor. And in some ways, like, that was Tyga. And that's why she had a baby with Tyga, because Tyga was creative just like her. So, that's just the bottom line. And like Kim definitely misses like their relationship. You know, Chloe hates Blac Chyna. She hates her. But once again, like I can't even make I just can't even make this stuff up. Like I swear to God, guys, I can't make this stuff up. I can't. Blac Chyna is on the winning side because she gets that what you give is what you get. And that's why she can be on Snapchat biting her apple, flicking her hair, and showing her booty and curves because she knows she's all that in a bag of chips. Don't say she not. And so eventually she will open up again to love, robbing her over, Dunzo, and she will go after her dreams. And funny enough, Blac Chyna was on a swing on Snapchat yesterday, dude. Just like that. So there's you guys' answer. I mean, I don't know if I should like even talk about like custody. I think I'm gonna because I think that's important. So, you know, it's gonna be like equal time. And Rob is actually gonna be in a stuck place for quite a long time because he just can't believe that things didn't work out. And actually, I think that Rob is quite jealous of how strong Blac Chyna's holding herself. Because look at how much things that Rob has to like fix. Like he has so much to fix within himself that it's actually a joke. But once again, God is on Rob God is on Rob's side too, but the world, the media, the public eventually will really, really allow Blac Chyna's dreams to take off like we've never seen. Like y'all thought that like her makeup line, her lash bar line was like on point. Wait until you see what happens next. Like she's gonna be flossing all that money, and guess what? It's actually gonna be now 100% her money, because I think that from all of this hurt and all this pain that she's endured, honestly, because she really has, and like I said earlier, she was actually like contemplating suicide. I don't know if that was even as early as today or yesterday, but like Blac Chyna's been through some rough times, but eventually she will get that happy family. She already has 2 kids. Eventually a man will come along and see her worth, and it's not Rob. It could be Rob with hard work, but right now it's not Rob. And she's leaving behind this kind of man that's ungenerous, that's not generous, and she's escaping all the little lies and all the paparazzi, all the negative attention. She's escaping that, and I think that she's gonna really like emerge. Like she may take a little bit of time, like maybe even a week off, to go to some kind of vacation, to go on a cruise, to go to the Bahamas. It's a possibility. And Rob is just going to be left feeling all alone, like usual. Left out in the cold, raining and shaking, begging for money from Chloe. Sitting in his chair, crying about the world, looking all sad, like usual. And guess what? She's going to be the one victorious. With a new guy eventually, a happy family. She's going to escape the bullshit. She's going to re-arise. And she's going to be a generous person. She's definitely going to extend herself into groups like helping women, empowering women, once again. So she's authentic, guys, and good for her. I'm really happy that she didn't get like pulled into like the hoopla, because eventually like she will honestly like be so comfortable within herself that she's not even gonna even have to do interviews for much longer. She's literally gonna stay low and flourish and flourish. So, if you guys like these videos, please like and subscribe. Eventually, once this channel really takes off, I'm gonna do like more content for you guys, talk about more things, you know. And if you guys like want me to like talk with you guys about a certain person, like feel free to comment, you know. Like, this has been an absolute freaking treat. This has been a blast, and this has actually been like one of the funnest things I've ever done in my entire life. Like, this talking with you guys has been like amazing, seriously amazing. So check out my other videos. Once again, you know, support your girl. You know, send me nice comments, you know, if you think that like I'm bugging or someone else is bugging and like it ain't legit, say that, you know. But you know, I know the answers. I got the answers all. I mean, if anybody thinks that this shit's bogus, like I really encourage you to watch all 3 videos. Like, watch all 3. Like, all 3 videos that have 0, 7, 10, 17 on them with Kardashian related content. I dare you to watch all 3 of those videos and tell me that you think that Blac Chyna is lying, because she's not. And that's honestly why she can like be next to lawyers. That's why she took it this far, guys. I mean, would it be dumb for her to like take it this far and like not get anything out of it in terms of like legal or like image wise? Yes, it'd be extremely dumb. But the proof is in the pudding, and I think over time we're really gonna see like a new Blac Chyna, like a Blac Chyna who's actually gonna be like more spiritual. You know, like we're gonna see a Blac Chyna. We're gonna see a Blac Chyna who's literally gonna be like being. She's gonna extend herself. You know, she's gonna try and find a purpose out of all this chaos, which is really, really smart. I mean, I don't know if she went to college, but for somebody who didn't go to college, she's a pretty smart chick. You know, like she's pretty damn smart. She's gonna find a way to empower broken women that feel like their life is done and may have kids, single moms. She's gonna find a way to make them feel like the new shit, like single moms in Hollywood are gonna feel like the shit because of Blac Chyna. You heard it here first. So that's all I got for y'all, okay? This was a blast. This was awesome. And please, like I said, you know, send nice comments, because, I mean, look at how much energy and time I take. And not because I get anything out of it, but because it's just like, it's like what I do. Like, this is me. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys had fun. I hope it was entertaining for you guys. And if you want any questions answered about Blac Chyna around Kardashian, you just got it. This tea has been spilled, okay? So, thanks for watching, and take care. Bye.